A hefty phone bill. So about 30 years ago, I was dating this girl from my office named Lisa. She had this roommate, Mike, who also worked with us. He was always hanging around, trying to insert himself into our conversations, offering to drive her places. It was pretty obvious the guy had a massive crush on her, but Lisa just saw him as a friend, which clearly drove him absolutely crazy. Things came to a head right before Lisa was supposed to go visit her parents for a long weekend. Mike cornered her in the break room and basically confessed his feelings. When she told him she wasn't interested, that she was happy with me, he completely lost it. He started yelling about how I wasn't good enough for her and how she was making a huge mistake. Lisa just walked away, but you could tell he was furious. Lisa leaves Friday morning to drive to her parents' house 3 states away. She's supposed to be gone until Tuesday night. I'm thinking maybe this little break will give Mike time to cool off and accept reality. Tuesday night rolls around and Lisa calls me from her parents' house, crying. She says Mike moved out completely while she was gone, just packed up all his stuff and disappeared. Didn't leave a note, didn't say goodbye, nothing. I told her not to worry about it. Good riddance, right? The guy was clearly unhinged. So I helped her move my stuff in that weekend. Then the phone bill came. Lisa opens this envelope from the phone company and her face just goes white. She hands me this bill and I literally could not believe what I was looking at. $1,000 for long distance calls. I'm flipping through page after page of international numbers. Calls to London, Sydney, Buenos Aires, Tokyo, random numbers all over the world. Some calls were like 3 hours long. Lisa's in tears because the phone was in her name and she had no idea how she was going to pay for this. I'm looking at the dates and every single call happened during that long weekend when she was gone. Mike had spent 3 entire days calling random international numbers just to stick her with the bill. It was the most petty, vindictive thing I'd ever seen. So I called the phone company to see if there was anything we could do. The customer service lady was super nice, but said there was no way to reverse the charges. But then she said something interesting. She goes, "Now if the person who made these calls has a new phone number, he could call and request to have them transferred to his new bill. And once they're moved, they can't be transferred back." She said it with this little tone in her voice, like she was trying to tell me something without actually telling me, you know? So I waited a few days, then called back. This time I put on my deepest voice and said, "Hi, this is Mike calling about some long distance charges on my old roommate's phone. I need to transfer them to my new number." The guy on the phone was like, "Sure, no problem. What's the old number?" I gave him Lisa's number. "What's your new number?" I gave him Mike's new number that I got from our office directory. Then I read off every single international call from the bill. The guy was like, "Okay, transferring those now. Have a great day." That was it. 2 minutes on the phone and boom, problem solved. A few weeks later, I ran into someone who knew Mike. Apparently, he'd been bragging to people about his genius revenge plan, right up until he got his first phone bill at his new place. The guy told me Mike called the phone company screaming that there had been some mistake, but they told him the charges had been transferred at his request and couldn't be reversed. Mike ended up having to pay the whole $1,000 himself. Plus, he quit his job after moving out, so he was broke and had to move back in with his parents. Lisa and I got married 3 years later. We still laugh about that phone bill sometimes.